Hello everyone, welcome back to Manga Goblin. I'm Trix of course, and hello if this is your very first time joining me. Today we're going to talk about building the knob on Smasha Squig, which I built from the Beastsnagga army box set. Okay, first things first, the build was okay. Some of the parts were on a few different sprues. They're not on one sprue as the website lets you believe. This of course makes me think that there's going to be 4 models in the box set rather than just the 3 Squig Riders. So it's going to be a bit similar to the Diesel Cult quad bike, and the bike has been in the same box, so you're going to have one on a slightly larger base and 3 on a slightly smaller base, with the knob on the larger one and the 3 boys on the smaller one. Okay, so building it took me about 35 minutes, but I will note there are some weird parts to it. First part is there are some seams, especially in the tail joint, the joint with the either mechanical or non-mechanical leg on the right hand side, or right hand side if you point the tail towards yourself, or the left hand side if you point the Squig's head towards yourself. The shoulder pad, with the one with the spiky face, again, it doesn't go on very nicely, but if you hold it for a few moments with some plastic glue, it'll stay. The weapon with the big chopper, that was the worst part of assembling it, because it's not a nice attachment. It's a rather smooth attachment and it slides off. There's also a part where you put like the nitros bottle and tank on with the little handle. That was a little awkward. Dry fitting it's okay, but when you're gluing it on, it seems to want to move a little more down than it actually wants to be sat when it's dry fitted for some reason. So saying that, it was okay to build. Took about, as I said, 35 minutes. There are some seams, but apart from that, it's okay. I of course went for the snakebite banner. I don't know how the other banner works out, and I went for the mechanical leg, so I don't know how the other body works out, or the front part of the torso works out. I think it's very similar, so there's nothing really to be said. Okay, that's it really. I will add that, as I mentioned, it's not contained on the one sprue that it lets you believe. There are a couple of parts of important note. Was the foot part, the mechanical leg, the head part for the Squig, and the banner for the snakebite banner part, like the snaky bit, that was on a separate sprue, and the shoulder pad, I believe, is on a separate sprue as well. The other one, not the one I used. So yeah, it's not contained on one sprue. It's all over the place. But and one final thing before I sign off: the numbering guidelines on the sprues themselves, they're a bit odd. Because it does make you believe that it's all on the one, but it's not. It's on like 2 or 3. But the numbering guidelines, you can get like number 6 next to number 50. It's a bit silly. I wish they were a bit more consistent with their numbering guidelines. But then again, you can't help it if you want to make all the parts fit. But it's just something I noticed, especially with this build, rather than anything else I've built before. They are pretty decent models. Again, there's gaps in the head plates. The rider itself doesn't really have any gaps, which is quite good. It's just the Squig, really. It's just the Squig. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. That's my conclusion about building him. One final note I will add: when you're gluing the foot onto the base, it is a little top heavy because it's only supported by the one foot. So you might have to hold it down for a little bit. Make sure he's glued fully. I mean, it's nothing new when you're having these models that are only on one part attachment, but yeah. As I said, it took about 35 minutes. Pretty decent model, but a little finicky in some parts. There we go. Thank you everyone for your time. Do take care of yourselves, and bye bye.